Last thing you want to be is burnt out in this career path. So in this video, we're going to talk all about creator burnout and things that you can do as a travel creator to avoid it. So a lot of these strategies are strategies that I use every single day to make my life easier because I love to work smarter and not harder. And once you implement these strategies or start to get them in practice, it'll make your job as a content creator so much easier. So first things first, if you notice, I call this a job because being a creator is a full-time job. So if you are someone who is interested in making this a full-time job, you have to treat it as if it is your job right now. You can be like, oh, this is what I'm doing on the side. Oh, it's fun. No. You need to treat it like a job today so that it actually becomes your job tomorrow. So one of the first things that I do before I go on any trip is I will sit down and draft out a bunch of different ideas for different videos that I can make. So I am typically a short form video girly. So I will create a ton of different TikToks or Instagram reels that I will post even if it's stories, I will post all that content there as well. And I like to plan on my content before I even leave and get on any flights. So for me, that means that even if I don't have an itinerary set, I still have ideas of things that I want to do in that destination. So I will come up with a list of ideas of different things that I can create, either with new video clips or with repurposing the same video clips, but ideas that I can create to have a story around that content piece. So each video has a story that's kind of written around it. And this you can see in all of my longer short form content. So anything that's like minute and longer, it's typically a story that I will kind of draft, as I am in that destination. And it allows me to keep myself organized when I am taking clips throughout the day. But it also makes it easier so that I don't have to come up with anything on the fly. You can definitely come up with ideas while you are there, and that is a really great exercise to do because as you're out and about, you may see something that reminds you of a TikTok sound, and you could take a little video of that, or you could do something on the fly. But it's much more easier when you already have ideas of things that you want to create, and then you can add in those little spur of the moment ideas as you're going. That way you're not always focused on creating content, because if you already have a list of all the things that you want to do, anything else is extra. I have done it where I have gone to a destination and I'm like, I'll just figure it out when I get there. And I spend most of my trip trying to draft new content ideas or try to think of things that I can do to create content in that destination. And the trip ends up being a total bust because I don't actually enjoy my time while I'm there. And a lot of times I don't really get out great content while I'm there as well. So I cannot stress this enough. Draft some ideas, whether it be in your notes app on your phone, or if you have a notebook like I do that I'll take around with me to different destinations, but make sure you have at least a few ideas of things that you can do every day. Not just for the entire trip, video ideas that you can execute on every single day, because your creativity is really like a muscle. So you want to really get a lot of reps in and figure out how you can put different ideas together. So you really want to get a lot of reps in because it allows you to then be creative later on. So first things first, always draft some ideas before you even get on the flight. So the next thing that I do, and I take this very, very seriously when I'm on any trip, is I am very adamant about taking short clips while I'm out, and then I will save all of my editing for the end of the day or for a set day later on in that trip. The reason why I do this is because whenever you're in a destination, you want to, experience the destination, you want to experience the different activities and just take it all in. But if you're constantly on your phone, if you're constantly editing, if you're constantly interacting with, comments or doing whatever on your phone, you're not actually present and in the moment. So one of the things that I will do is I will take all of my video clips throughout the day, even if I'm talking to camera, even if I record an outfit of the night, I'll record on my phone and I'll just draft it for later, and then I will deal with it later. It is not something that I edit at that time because, again, I want to take in the moment of where I am and experience it in its fullness. Editing at the end of the day makes it a lot easier for you to also organize your ideas and also just get a lot of things done. I am a checklist girly, so I will write down the different ideas that I have, and then once it's done, check mark or scratch through the list, right? And then you can still see the ideas that you have remaining to do, and then you can also come up with the new ideas and, draft those for later. But it's a lot easier for me to just sit down and edit all the content that I have, either editing 2, 3, 4 videos a day. And that way, one, I'm not bothering anyone that I may be with. So I'm not stopping in the middle of lunch and, editing content and doing a voiceover in the middle of a restaurant. I'm not doing any of that. Also not requiring anybody to be my content. So anyone that I may travel with, which I typically travel solo, but anytime I'm with someone else, I'll say, give me a second, let me just take a clip, and then I take it in less than 5 seconds and then that's it. So I try not to take up anyone else's time while I'm recording. And then when I'm editing, I can use up all of my free time to actually have the editing time. So I'm a very big quality time lover. That is my love language. So when I'm out, I want to take in the moment and I want to be there and be present with whoever I'm with, whether I know them or, if they're just a stranger or they're brand new or whoever. So I try not to be on my phone as much as possible. And the way that I still am able to get content out and post consistently is by editing the content at night, or, either I wake up early in the morning and do it in the morning, and then I will schedule my content for the next day. So that brings me to part 3, and that is to schedule your content. Every single app has a scheduling feature and people do not use it. Instagram has a scheduling feature that you can go right on the app and schedule any of your reels, any of your content actually you can schedule on Instagram. And after you schedule it, there's like a little section that pops up where your drafts are. There's a little tab that pops up that says scheduled. And then you can also see all your scheduled content under that area. You can schedule content on YouTube, which is what I do regularly. It's what I've been doing throughout this 30-day challenge. I will record a bunch of content and then I'll schedule it throughout so that it is always on time and it's always consistent. I will also schedule content on TikTok. So when I was on TikTok, I would schedule out my videos, and that you have to do on desktop. So you can't do that on the TikTok app as of right now in 2024. But you can go on TikTok desktop, you can sign in and you can schedule your content to go up at a certain time. And I will schedule my content for it to go up during my peak times on my platforms. So on every single platform, you can look at your analytics so you can see what are your peak times. My peak times are generally 9 a.m. Eastern time or noon Eastern time. So even if I am in Europe, I'm still posting on the Eastern time schedule, because the way the algorithms work is that when you post while everyone is active on the platform and you get interactions during that activity, so within the first 10 minutes of your post, the algorithm will keep pushing your content to people that may be interested in those keywords, in that topic, in that video. So it's best to have your content active and set on the app when people are most likely going to be on the app. However, I'm not too strict about time slots. So if I forget to schedule a video and it's, instead of it being 9 a.m. Eastern, it's 10 a.m. Eastern, I will still post it. I have had videos go viral regardless of the time that I've posted them. So scheduling time isn't all that important. However, when you are starting out, I would definitely recommend that you look at your analytics and schedule when your audience is most active on the app and consistently schedule at that time every single day so that the algorithm recognizes you as a creator and that people also know when to expect your content. Your audience will appreciate it when you show up for them every single day at the same time, because 1, they know what to expect, and 2, they have something to look forward to. If you post random times, random days, you post one day, then you go away the next day, then you post the next day, and then you go away for another week, they have no idea what's going on. You probably have no idea what's going on, and it's just irregular for people to really keep up with. So if you want to build a community, if you want to have people that are really interested in the content that you're creating, be as consistent as possible with the time that you're releasing your content, because people do notice and they do look forward to your content being scheduled at that time. Especially here on YouTube, you really become a part of people's everyday routine when you're posting content at the same time every single week. So if Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern is your time to post, your subscribers will be waiting for you on Sundays at 12 p.m. for you to post. You're probably a part of someone's, Sunday routine at some point. So keep that in mind when you are scheduling content. It doesn't have to be exact every single time. However, you do want some consistency every single day so your audience knows, when to expect content from you. Last but not least, and this is a gem that I've been doing very, very recently, and that is using AI tools to repurpose my content automatically. Oh my gosh, this is a game changer. I don't know why it took me so long, because I would repurpose my videos onto different platforms. So I would start it on TikTok and then repurpose it to Instagram and then, repurpose it to Snapchat. But it is so much easier to just have an AI system do it for you. Oh my God, it's so much easier. So I've been using repurpose.io, and first of all, this is not sponsored. It is a subscription service that you have to pay for. However, it is so worth it if you are active on multiple platforms. So what I will do is I will take my TikTok content and I will set up a workflow so that all of my TikTok content gets repurposed onto my Snapchat, and I can schedule that repurposed content every single day. So Every single day I post 3 times on Snapchat, but it's all old content that I've been posted on my TikTok. And I have 4 years of content on TikTok, so I don't even have to touch my Snapchat at all. As long as I post on TikTok, it'll automatically repurpose it and post it on Snapchat. I also have it set up for Facebook Reels as well. Facebook Reels does have a creator program where you can get paid per views. Just started on Facebook, so I don't really have an audience there. But all of my content from TikTok, again, is being repurposed onto Facebook without me having to touch it at all. I also did use it for a portion of time for YouTube, so I would repurpose all of my TikToks onto YouTube Shorts. I will turn it on, turn it off, depending on like what I want to do. So I haven't quite figured out my posting schedule for YouTube just yet. However, using repurpose.io is so easy because all you have to do is set up a workflow from your content from one platform to go onto the other, and it posts that content based on that platform's requirements. So for example, Snapchat, while didn't allow videos that were over 1 minute, so any of my videos on TikTok that are less than 1 minute will be automatically repurposed to my Snapchat, and that's again automatic. I don't have to do anything to it. For YouTube, it's the same thing, so a minute or less. For Facebook Reels, I think it's 90 seconds. So any of my TikTok content that is 90 seconds or less will be automatically repurposed onto Facebook. So it is super easy for you to use. Like I said, you do have to pay for it, but I think it is totally worth it because you can still earn from the different creator programs on other platforms, but you only have to post on one app and you only have to worry about it being posted on that one app, and it just automatically goes to other platforms. So if you guys want to see a breakdown tutorial of that, I can do like a little short on that to show you how it works. But I absolutely love that platform because it has made content creation so easy where I don't have to go on different apps all the time and post all my content and do all of this. No, I can just post it on one app and then it'll go to all the other apps. You can also change your workflows. You can have it either schedule your content or you can have it post, within 2 hours of you posting on, the initial app. And you can also cross promote, right? So I have everything on my TikTok going to all my other platforms, but you can very easily have anything from your Instagram going over to any of your other platforms that you may have. So those are all the tools that I regularly use to stay consistent and stay on top of my content creation while I'm away and while I am traveling. And it has helped me so much with avoiding burnout because it allows me to take days off of this ever-flowing, ever-going content creation gig. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.